Welcome to the warm darkness of KHRUUM. This is a night path, an old one, traveled slowly and only when the world is ready to rest. Before we drift into the long silence of the Silk Road, before the sands begin to whisper, I ask you gently, traveler, from what land do you rest beneath the stars tonight? What hour has found you without hurrying you? And what small moment today did not demand anything from you? You may offer it to the fire. You may keep it folded inside. Both are enough. If this fire feels kind to you, if its warmth settles something quiet in your chest, you may leave a trace and remain near the circle. Your presence is the weight that keeps the embers low and alive. Nothing more is asked. Nothing is required. Now, let all of that soften. There is nothing more to consider. Settle where you are. Let your body choose its own stillness. Feel the weight beneath you. Feel the air resting on your skin. The questions are finished. The night has taken them. You are here on a high dune where the wide sand seems to hold the last light and the last heat, as if it has been awake all day and now it can rest. The sun is low, slow and soft, a mellow ember in a veil of amber air. All around you, the desert is easing, loosening, uncoiling from the long noon. Beneath you, the sand is no longer fierce. It is cooling, grain by grain, as if each small grain is learning a calmer way to be. Let your mind lean into that. The simple truth that the heat can leave and nothing is lost. You sit near a small fire, not a loud fire, not a sharp one, only a low orange hush, a warm murmur close to the sand. The fire does not roar, it only breathes in slow amber waves, and the air near it is gentle, like wool, like sleep. Your cloak is heavy, wool and dust, a soft weight on your shoulders, not a burden, a holding, a calm, loyal holding. Feel the weight of it, how it tells your body you do not need to hold yourself so hard. In your hands there is a cup of strong brick tea, dark, dense and warm. The scent rises in a quiet line, smoky, earthy, with a hint of salt, as if the desert itself has steeped in it. You do not need to drink fast, only a slow sip, and then another slow sip, as the warmth moves down and settles, low in you. Farther down the dune, in the dim blue hour, you hear the slow, steady chewing of the animals. Not loud, not near, only a rhythm, soft and dull, like the world's oldest lullaby. A jaw, a pause, a jaw, a pause, a slow, safe loop. Even that sound is tired and kind. Above you, the sky changes, from amber to indigo, from gold to velvet blue. The edges of the world blur, and the desert becomes a wide, quiet bowl, holding you. The air is cooler now, cool and dry, and it touches your skin like a calm hand, not to wake you, only to soothe you. If the day is still inside you,
If you feel it as a tight coil behind the ribs, behind the eyes, you do not need to fight it. Tonight does not ask for effort. Tonight asks for easing. Let the day be heavy if it is heavy. Let it be there without naming it. And then let it slide out of you and down into the sand, because the sand can hold it. The sand has held more than this for longer than we can measure. Now listen for the desert breathing. Yes, the desert breathes. It breathes as the heat leaves and the cool comes in. It breathes as the fire glows and then glows less. It breathes in long, slow waves as if the whole wide land is a sleeping chest, and you can follow that breathing without trying. In as the cool arrives, out as the long day fades. In, out. Let your own breathing soften, as if it is learning from the dunes. No need for deep breaths, only easy breaths. A slow in-breath, like velvet air moving in. A slow out-breath, like dust settling. The light grows dimmer, and the colors grow thicker. Indigo, obsidian, deep blue-black like calm stone. The fire is a small amber eye, half closed, watching and resting. The tea is dark in your cup, and its scent is steady and low. The wool cloak is heavy, and it keeps the night close, but not too close. In the distance, you may sense shapes, low silhouettes of felt and rope, of bundles, of quiet loads. But you do not need to think of travel yet, not yet. For now you are only sitting, and the dune holds you, and the fire holds you, and the blue hour holds you. If thoughts arrive, let them come like small winds, and let them pass. A wind comes, a wind goes. The dune does not chase the wind, it only remains. You can remain too.
Listen again for the chewing, that slow, patient sound. It is almost like a metronome, but softer, older, more forgiving. Jaw, pause, jaw, pause. And with it, your eyelids can become a little heavier, not forced, only allowed. The air cools more and more, but the fire keeps a warm circle near your knees, near your hands. Warm, and then cool. Warm, and then cool. A gentle contrast, a safe rhythm. Return once more to the breathing. The desert breathes, the fire breathes, and you breathe. In as the cool arrives, out as the day releases. In, out. And as you breathe out, imagine the day sliding down your spine like sand slipping from a palm. Not dramatic, not sudden, only a slow, silent spill. Now the sky is deeper, a velvet well filled with quiet. The first stars appear, not sharp, not loud, only soft points, like distant, calm eyes. The horizon is wide and low, and the world feels less like a place you must manage and more like a place you can simply be. Your body knows what to do here. It knows how to sink into the sand, how to let the shoulders drop, how to let the jaw loosen, how to let the tongue rest, how to let the hands become still. Nothing to solve, nothing to prove, only a slow evening becoming night. The fire lowers, not dying, only settling. The tea warms you from within, not waking you, only smoothing your edges. The wool cloak is a calm weight, and the desert air is cool and clean, and it makes every breath feel simpler. Stay here a little longer, in this blue hour, where the heat has left and the night is not yet moving. Soon there will be motion, gentle and endless, but there is no need to hurry toward it. For now, only breathe and let the dune hold the last of your day.
Stay with this stillness a little longer. The blue hour stretches, not forward, not back, only wide. The sky deepens by a shade you do not need to name. A softer blue, a heavier blue, as if color itself is learning how to sleep. The fire makes a low sound, almost nothing, a faint sigh, a gentle settling. You can feel the sand beneath you now, cooler, firmer, no longer shifting so much. It holds its shape, and it holds you. Your hands rest where they are, perhaps on your knees, perhaps folded, perhaps open. There is no better way for them to be. If there is tension in the fingers, let it melt, slowly, like warmth fading from stone. The chewing sound returns, steady, unconcerned. Jaw, pause, jaw, pause. Even the animals know that the day is finished. Listen to your breathing again, not to change it, only to notice it. Air comes in, soft, cool, clean. Air leaves, warm, slow, complete. In, out. The desert breathes with you and does not rush you. The firelight brushes the underside of the wool cloak, turning it amber, then letting it fall back into blue shadow. Light, shadow, light, shadow. A simple rhythm, older than thought. If any memory of the day stirs, do not follow it. Let it be like a footprint on the dune, already softening, already losing its edges. The wind does not ask what made the mark, it only smooths. You can allow the same kindness to yourself.
The stars multiply, slowly, not all at once. One, then another. They do not demand attention. They only remain. And the space between them feels wide and quiet and forgiving. Your eyelids may feel heavier now, as if the blue hour is gently pressing them downward. There is no need to close them. There is no need to keep them open. Either way, the night continues. The teacup is lighter in your hands now. Less warmth, less need. You can place it beside you or simply forget it is there. Nothing will be lost. The fire lowers again. A softer glow, a deeper calm. Its breathing is slow, almost the same as yours. In, out, in, out. Feel how the cool air touches your face, your cheeks, your brow. It does not wake you.
It soothes. It smooths the last sharp edges left by light, left by effort. The desert feels vast now, but not empty. Full of quiet, full of time. And you are not separate from it. You are another warm shape resting on cooling sand under a deepening sky. Return once more, gently, to breathing. The desert breathes, the fire breathes, the animals breathe, and you breathe. In as the night opens, out as the day dissolves. In, out. There is nothing else to do here, nothing else to prepare. The blue hour has done its work. You are grounded, held, and ready, without effort, for whatever slow movement comes next.
Remain here. The night grows deeper, but nothing changes quickly. The sand cools another small degree, not enough to notice at once, only enough to feel, later, that you are more settled. Your weight sinks a little more, as if the dune itself is learning your shape and agreeing to keep it. The fire is quieter now, not weaker, only calmer. Its light no longer reaches far. It stays close, where warmth belongs. Beyond that small circle, blue becomes indigo. Indigo becomes velvet, and velvet becomes almost nothing at all. The sky feels lower, closer, as if it has leaned in to listen. Stars appear without sound, without effort, like slow thoughts that do not need to finish themselves. Your breathing finds a deeper place, lower in the body, closer to the center. In, and the ribs soften. Out, and the belly releases. In, out. The rhythm does not change, only the ease does. The chewing fades for a moment, then returns, exactly the same. Jaw, pause, jaw, pause. A promise that nothing urgent is coming. If there is any tight place left, behind the eyes, at the base of the neck, between the shoulders, let the cool night touch it, not to fix it, only to rest it. The desert has patience. You can borrow some. The wool cloak settles again, a soft fold, a quiet press. It keeps the warmth near and lets the rest drift away. You do not need to hold the cloak. It knows its work.
The fire breathes, and you breathe. In, as the glow lifts. Out, as it sinks. In, out. The space between breaths grows wider, longer, and very kind. Thoughts slow, not because they are pushed, but because there is no reason for speed here. Each thought, if it comes, arrives like a cloud and leaves like a cloud. No weight, no trace. The horizon is barely there now. Land and sky feel like one long dark curve, holding everything, without edges. You are part of that curve, resting, supported. Your jaw loosens, your tongue rests, your brow smooths, Even the small muscles, the ones you never notice, begin to soften. The night knows how to reach them. Breathing returns, again, as it always does. The desert breathes, slow and wide. The fire breathes, low and warm. You breathe, easy and quiet. In, out. In, out. There is no need to mark time now. Minutes do not matter here. The blue hour stretches, not thinner, but deeper, like a pool of calm that does not run out. Stay just a little longer in this held place. Nothing moves you, nothing asks you. The day is gone, the night is ready, and you are already resting, more than you know.
Stay. The air settles even more, as if it has decided there is nowhere else to go. Cool, smooth, still. It rests against your skin, and then it rests with you. The sand beneath you no longer shifts at all. Each grain has found its place and stopped. You can feel that quiet decision, and your body mirrors it, finding its own stillness without instruction. The fire is now only a low amber presence, a gentle eye, half asleep. Its warmth is enough. Nothing more is needed. Light fades, not away, but inward. The sky deepens again, not darker, just softer. Blue loosens into indigo. Indigo loosens into velvet. Velvet loosens into calm. The stars do not sharpen, they soften, as if seen through closed lashes. Your breathing slows, not because you guide it, but because there is space for it to slow. In, a cool ribbon of air. Out, a warm release. In, out. Each breath leaves more room behind it. The chewing sound becomes very distant now, still there, but almost inside the night itself. Jaw, pause, jaw, pause. A rhythm so old it no longer counts. If there is any last edge of the day, any faint echo, let it rest here, without name, without shape. The sand receives it and does not give it back. Your shoulders sink another small amount, a softness spreading down the arms, into the hands, into the fingers. They grow warm, heavy, quiet. The cloak feels larger now, as if it has widened, as if it includes more of you. It holds your outline and blurs it at the same time. You are here, but you are also less defined.
Breathing returns. Again, gentle and sure. The desert breathes, slow and wide. You breathe, slow and easy. In, out. The pause after the out-breath grows longer, and nothing fills it. Time feels different here, not measured, not stacked, only present, like a wide surface that does not move. You float on it, without effort. The fire's glow is barely a glow now, more a memory of warmth than warmth itself, and even that memory is enough. Your eyelids may close or remain barely open. It makes no difference. The night looks the same either way. The blue hour stretches to its limit, thin, quiet, complete. It has done all it needed to do. You are grounded. Your body knows where it is and knows it is safe. There is nothing left to prepare, nothing left to hold. Only this calm, this breathing, this held stillness. One last moment here. The blue hour exhales, slowly, completely. The fire is only warmth now, without shape, without light. The sand is cool, steady, finished with change. The sky is deep and silent and wide enough to hold every breath you have let go. You breathe, and the desert breathes with you. In, out. Nothing remains of the day. Nothing is expected of the night. And in this quiet, without signal, without edge, the stillness gently loosens its hold.
The movement begins so softly, you almost miss it. Not a start, not a command, only a slow agreement between bodies and ground. The caravan rises in the dark. No voices, no urgency, only the sound of weight accepting motion. The camels shift beneath their loads, a long, patient sway, bone and muscle finding balance. Leather settles, rope eases, a low, familiar sound, like old wood breathing. Creak, sway, creak, sway. You move with them, without effort. Each step is dull, soft, absorbed by sand. A muted thud that never sharpens. Thud, pause, thud, pause. The rhythm forms and holds. The night air is dry, cool against the skin. It brushes the face, the hands, the neck. Not cold, only clear. It carries quiet scents, raw silk, dust, a faint mineral note from stone sealed in crates. Lapis, heavy, dense, sleeping in darkness. The load does not change. The pace does not change. There is no destination tonight, only movement, repeated, endless, and kind. Creak, sway, thud, pause. Creak, sway, thud, pause.
Breathing returns, as it always does. The caravan breathes, in motion. The desert breathes around it. You breathe within the rhythm. In, out, in, out. Nothing new appears. Nothing needs to. The path is only sand and stars, and the steady sharing of weight. The rhythm stays the same, and that sameness becomes comfort. Creak, sway, thud, pause. Creak, sway, thud, pause. Each sound arrives exactly where it did before and leaves the same way. Nothing surprises you. The camels move as one slow body, a long line of warmth and breath, their steps sinking into the sand, and the sand receiving them without resistance. There is no edge to the path, no marker, only the feel of motion repeating. Creaks sway gently, raw silk inside them resting, soft, dense, quiet. Fabric against fabric, no sound worth noticing. Stone against wood, a dull, patient hush. Lapis sleeps in its boxes, dark blue, cool, unchanging. The night air presses lightly now against the chest, the shoulders, the back. It feels thinner and cleaner, as if the world has removed something extra. Breathing fits easily inside it. In, out, in, out. Your body moves, but you do not think about moving. Balance happens on its own. Muscles remember their work and do not ask for attention. The head sways just a little. The spine follows. Everything agrees. The stars remain, fixed, silent. They do not drift. They do not blink. They only watch, without interest, without judgment. The sand below reflects nothing yet. It stays dark, soft, real. Creak, sway, thud, pause. The sounds begin to overlap, to blur at the edges. Creak and sway feel like one sound now. Thud and pause feel like one breath. The breathing returns again, unnoticed, perfectly placed. The caravan breathes, step by step. You breathe with it. In, out, in, out. There is no distance to measure, no time to count. The night does not move forward. It only continues. And you continue with it, held inside this slow loop, this gentle burden, this endless walking that asks nothing and gives rest. The weight settles deeper, not heavier, only more familiar. Leather rests against bone. Rope rests against wood. Wood rests against warmth. Nothing strains. Nothing slips. The caravan knows its own balance. Creak, sway,
thud, pause. The pattern folds into itself, again and again. Each return softens the mind a little more. Your feet meet the sand, and the sand meets you back. Not firm, not loose, only yielding, in a slow, forgiving way. Each step leaves a shallow memory, and the next step smooths it away. No trail remains.
The air cools further, but the body stays warm, wrapped in motion, wrapped in wool, wrapped in rhythm. The night does not enter you. It moves around you and lets you pass through it. The stars feel closer now, not brighter, only nearer. They hang low, as if tied to the dark by invisible threads. You do not look up. You do not need to. They are already there. Creak, sway, thud, pause. The sounds lose their edges. They become a low hum, a continuous undertone beneath awareness. Breathing comes and goes without notice. In, out, in, out. The space after each breath grows wider, longer, emptier, and more peaceful. The body moves forward, but the mind does not follow. It stays behind, then dissolves, then is no longer needed. Only sensation remains, soft, repeating, endless. The crates sway, and the silk inside them barely shifts. The stone sleeps deep, unaware of distance. Everything that is carried accepts being carried. You do the same. Creak, sway, thud, pause. Creak, sway, thud, pause. The rhythm does not change, and because it does not change, you no longer wait for it. Breathing returns as a faint echo inside the chest. The caravan breathes, the desert breathes, you breathe, in, out, in, out. Walking continues, without progress, without aim, without end. Only this gentle burden, this shared motion, this quiet agreement between body and sand and night. The rhythm stays the same, creak, sway, thud, pause. The sounds arrive and dissolve before the mind has time to name them. They are no longer signals, they are texture. The line of bodies moves as one long shape, warm, slow, unbroken. Necks rise and fall, backs sway, loads rest where they rest. No animal pulls ahead, no animal lags. Everything agrees to this pace. The sand accepts every step and gives nothing back. No echo, no sharpness, only a soft yielding, as if the ground itself is breathing under the weight.
The night air slides along the skin, cool, dry, light. It moves through sleeves, through folds of wool, through space between bodies. It carries faint traces, raw silk, dust, old wood, stone. Nothing strong enough to wake the senses, only enough to remind them to rest.
Creak, sway, thud, pause. The loop tightens, not faster, only deeper. The sounds begin to live beneath thought, where counting cannot reach. Breathing finds its place again. In, out, in, out. Not guided, not watched. It happens because there is room. The stars remain overhead, steady, silent. They do not mark direction. They do not promise arrival. They only exist, and that is enough. The body sways with the motion, a small natural arc. The head follows, the spine follows. Even effort feels distant now, like something remembered, not something happening. The crates move gently, their contents unaware of distance. Silk rests on silk. Stone rests in darkness. Everything carried is content to be carried. Creak, sway, thud, pause. The rhythm no longer repeats. It simply is. Breathing returns again as a quiet undertone. The caravan breathes in step. The desert breathes around it. You breathe within both. In, out, in, out.
There is no edge to the night now. No beginning, no middle, no end. Only motion, slow, even, unquestioned. And within this motion, the mind loosens further, sliding away from form, from purpose, from weight. The movement carries on, without asking, without changing. Creak, sway, thud, pause. The rhythm has no beginning now. It feels as if it has always been here, and always will be. The sand grows finer, softer, almost like powder. Each step sinks a little and rises a little, as if the ground itself is breathing back. There is no resistance, only cooperation. The night air cools the face, the lips, the eyelids. It smooths the skin and quiets the nerves and leaves no trace behind. You do not notice where the air ends and where you begin.
The stars seem closer again, not brighter, only nearer, as if distance itself is folding. They hang in the dark, calm, unmoving. Their silence presses gently like a blanket of space. Creak, sway, thud, pause. The sound is no longer outside you. It moves through you like a slow wave, passing, passing, passing. Breathing softens further. In, out, in, out. The pause after the breath opens wide and stays open long enough to forget the next breath is coming. The body feels lighter now, even as it walks. Weight is still there, but it has lost its pull. The ground holds it all. The caravan stretches into the dark, a line without edges. Front and back mean nothing, only togetherness remains. A shared pace, a shared night, a shared silence. The loads sway gently, almost floating. Wood, rope, cloth. All of it moves as if suspended in thick air. Creak, sway, thud, pause. The loop becomes softer, rounder, less distinct. It turns into a low hum, felt more than heard. Breathing returns, barely a whisper now. The desert breathes, slow, deep, endless. You breathe within that larger breath. In, out, in, out. The sand ahead looks the same, and the sand behind is already gone. There is no progress and no loss, only this continuous motion carrying you, while thought thins and thins and thins. The walking continues, but it no longer feels like walking. Creak, sway, thud, pause. The sounds are still there, yet they seem farther away, as if heard through layers of wool and sleep. The body moves, but attention loosens its grip on it. Feet still meet the sand, but the feeling fades before it can settle. The ground is there, and then it is already gone. The rhythm remains, steady, unchanged, and because it never changes, it begins to disappear. What repeats no longer needs to be noticed. Breathing finds a wider space now. In, out. The breath does not belong to the chest alone. It feels shared, as if the night itself is breathing through you. In, out. The caravan stretches thinner, longer, until front and back no longer matter. It feels less like a line and more like a slow current, flowing without edge. The night air thickens, not colder, not warmer, just heavier, like velvet laid gently over everything. It presses and holds and asks nothing. Creak, sway, thud, pause. Now the sounds are not sounds, they are a pulse, low, rounded, almost internal. The body still sways, but the sway feels distant, as if remembered, not felt. Muscles do their work without reporting back. Balance happens without thought, without effort. Breathing returns, again as a slow tide. In, out. The space between breaths opens wider, so wide that the next breath feels optional.
The sand beneath you begins to feel unreal. Not gone, just less important. Its texture softens, then smooths, then loses detail. There is no grain now, only dark and movement. The stars above feel closer and farther at the same time. Distance thins, direction loosens, up and down matter less. Creak, sway. The rhythm is almost gone now, not broken, only absorbed into a deeper hush. You no longer feel carried by the caravan. You feel carried by the night itself. Motion continues, but it has no weight. Breathing slows, so much that it feels like stillness. In, out, or perhaps only out. The body fades to the edges of awareness. A quiet outline, without urgency, without center. What remains is space. Wide, dark, endless. And somewhere within that space, a low hum begins to emerge. Not a sound, a presence. The desert no longer beneath you, no longer around you. The desert breathing as one vast, silent body. The hum deepens. Not louder, only wider. It has no source. It does not come from sand or sky or wind. It is simply there, as if silence itself has learned to breathe. The horizon thins, then loosens, then fades. There is no line, no curve, no edge left to follow. Only a dark openness holding everything without effort. The stars no longer sit above you. They surround you, not as points, not as lights, but a soft awareness spread evenly through the dark. Distance dissolves. Near and far lose meaning. The sand beneath, if it is still there, no longer feels solid. Each grain seems to hold a faint glow, not light, but reflection, as if the stars are mirrored inside the desert itself. Every step, if steps still exist, falls into the sky. The hum becomes layered, gentle, rounded, like many low voices breathing together. Not a song, not a message, only resonance. In, out. Or perhaps the desert breathes, and you rest inside that motion. The caravan is no longer a line, no longer a current. It is a slow drift, without form, without direction. Bodies, loads, names, all soften and blend into the same dark fabric. Weight leaves first, then effort, then the sense of being held is replaced by the sense of floating. There is no ground now, no sky, only space, cool, velvet, and endless.
The hum fades into something even quieter. Not silence, but the absence of needing sound. Thought thins until it can no longer finish itself. Images soften, then blur, then fall away. Nothing replaces them. Breathing becomes rare and very gentle. In, out. Long pause, longer still. There is no body to follow, no rhythm to keep. Only a wide, dark, resting awareness. The desert no longer breathes. The stars no longer watch. There is only stillness, holding, stillness. No direction, no memory, no edge. Only this, deep, quiet, weightless space. Remain. The space widens without moving. It does not open. It does not close. It simply is. Darkness is no longer dark. It is soft and even and calm, like velvet without surface, like rest without time. There is no breath to follow now, no need to notice it. Breathing happens somewhere or nowhere, and that is enough. The last sense of direction loosens, then slips away. There is no forward, no behind, only a gentle, unmeasured presence, holding itself. The stars are no longer separate. They are not points, not mirrors, not lights. They are a quiet knowing, spread evenly through everything. The hum fades further until it is not heard, only felt as peace, not silence, the end of listening. Thought does not arrive. Memory does not return. Nothing asks to be understood. Weight is gone, so completely that even lightness disappears. There is no contrast left. Time has no place here. It does not pass. It does not stop. It simply does not apply. If there is a self, it rests, without name, without edge. If there is sleep, it is already happening, without beginning. Nothing unfolds, nothing resolves. Everything is finished, and still, and whole. Stay, or do not stay. It makes no difference. This space does not change because you are here. It does not change because anything is here. Only deep, even, unbroken rest. There is nothing to follow now. The space remains,
without holding, without releasing. It does not notice itself. Darkness is smooth, even, complete. Not empty, not full, simply settled. No breath is counted, no pause is marked. Whatever moves, moves so slowly, it feels the same as stillness. There is no edge where one moment ends and another begins. The idea of next loosens, then gently falls away.
Nothing waits. Nothing arrives. If there was once a sense of form, it has softened beyond recognition. No outline remains. No center remains. The quiet is no longer quiet. It is rest itself, without contrast. No images rise. No words form. Even the habit of noticing has dissolved. This is not drifting. This is not sinking. It is neither. Time does not thin, because time is not present. There is no long. There is no short. Only an even, unmeasured calm. If awareness is here, it does not look. If sleep is here, it does not begin. Nothing is being done. Nothing needs to stop. The desert is no longer desert. The stars are no longer stars. Those names have rested. Only this deep, unbroken stillness. Even this soft sense of continuing dissolves. There is no thread to follow, no voice to lean on. Only a wide, even, quiet presence that does not ask to be held. Nothing moves forward. Nothing drifts away. The space does not expand. It does not contract. It rests exactly as it is. There is no breath to notice, no pause to wait for. If something rises, it fades before it is known. The idea of a body, if it ever returns, is faint and unimportant. It does not claim attention. It does not ask for care. Awareness is thin now, like mist, spread so evenly it cannot gather. No images, no sounds, not silence, but the end of needing sound. Time does not pass because there is no place for it to pass through. This peaceful, empty stillness is not a place. If sleep is here, then even the word sleep loosens. It does not arrive. It does not begin. It is simply already here.
Nothing holds awareness now. Nothing releases it. There is no inside, no outside. If there was once a listener, that shape has rested. If there was once a voice, it has become part of the quiet. No rhythm remains. No breath is marked. What continues does not feel like continuing. This space does not deepen. It does not fade. It stays without effort, without notice. There is no need to stay. There is no need to leave. Both ideas have softened and fallen away. Only a smooth, unbroken rest.